Good morning from beautiful Southeast Oklahoma. Welcome to Flyover News. Yes, we're Flyover News. So it's 2026. Man, I can't believe the time flies by like it does. I thought I'd make a quick video and kind of introduce ourselves to people that don't know us and maybe do a recap, for people that do follow our channel. Some of you guys, we really appreciate y'all that follow all the time, watch all the videos, and the ones that leave messages and all that stuff. But anyway, we're a small farm and ranch in Southeast Oklahoma. We are we use the term flyover news because we're in an area that people just fly over, and so you're getting the news from here. From Southeast Oklahoma. We're about 30 miles from the Tallahena Drive, and the Tallahena Drive is a scenic, beautiful drive through the mountains in Southeast Oklahoma. It goes into Arkansas, Mena, Arkansas, and it's kind of a popular place to drive, especially when the trees are turning. So it's beautiful around here. We have mountains all around. We have a mix of pine trees and hardwood trees, and we own here 125 acres. About 25 of it is pasture land, like what's out here, if you can see that, and back behind and all. And so we run cattle. We produce steers. We buy 300-pound steers roughly in March, and we keep them, feed them grass until December or so, and then we sell them and we start over again in March. And so we're in that point where we just sold them recently. And we just do the maintenance stuff. We do the regular everyday stuff that has to happen on a place like this. And that's kind of the extent of this channel. During that process, we've always got projects, some sort of something to do. It's just my wife and I. We're retired. We both retired early, and we just kind of take care of the place and do that kind of stuff, the regular stuff that everybody does. And so if you're looking for a snazzy channel, and we're going to be doing something new and exciting, that you've never seen before every week, that's probably not us. If you're looking for people that just are showing you an honest channel, we don't stage. This is about as staged as anything I do. I wrote down a little list of what I want to talk about, and I put the camera on a tripod. Generally, we're doing something, I say, hey, get your camera out and film this, or I get my camera out and film it, and that's kind of the way our channel generally works. What's unique about us, I guess, is I'm a big fan of music. We put a lot of music on our channels. We use other people's music. I'm not trying to be monetized. I'm not trying to make money on YouTube. We make these so that when we get old, we'll be able to watch them, and see the stuff we were doing. We're already old. When we get older, we'll be able to see all the stuff that we did, and that's kind of really our purpose. And if some of you like it and you want to follow along and watch with us, watch what's going on, please, you're welcome. We like the company. But anyway, we go through life working on this ranch. It was run down for a lot of years. It wasn't run down. It wasn't cared for, which causes rundown. So it's not like anyone purposely ran it down. But anyway, we've got about 3.5 miles of trails that go through 100 acres of woods, and so of old mature woods. We have trees down all the time. For any of you that have that kind of stuff, the challenges that come with that. We spend a lot of time cutting stuff up off the trails or whatever. We cut firewood. The house here has electric heat, but it has a big wood stove, and we heat the whole house. It's a 2,400 square foot house. We heat the whole house with wood all year long, and it works good. So I'm trying to think what else. Oh yeah, so we're just a few miles outside of a small town that has 2,400 people in it, so it's small. But the good news is it has a Tractor Supply, and it has a grocery store in the middle of it. Uh-oh. Phone tried to ring, so I don't have a clue what that was going to do to the video. And anyway, it's a nice little town, and we can run in town and get stuff we need. And of course, now these days, Amazon delivers everywhere, so that's pretty good. But let's talk about some projects. So in the end of 24, we built a pond. I had never really done that before. We built about a 1.5 acre pond way down that way. If you knew where it was, you could see it here. And it's out by the roads. So we own about a half a mile, or actually a half a mile of blacktop road, frontage to a blacktop road. And it goes all down there, and it turns at the corner and goes back around. But about a quarter of a mile down, or a little less, we built this pond. And big deal, big project, and it came out really good. We're real pleased with it. And so the first part of 25, we were doing, work on the outside around the pond, managing the water flow into it, the water flow out of it, trying to get grass to grow on it, had some grass sprayed and all kinds of stuff like that in the first part of 25. We have a barn, a big 30 by 80 barn in the back this way behind the house. And we had it re-tinned. It was built in 1962. Okay, old wood pole barn, got big wood in it. I mean, it's a antique, but it's really cool. And so we had new tin put on the outside to update it a little bit, and it had been beat up pretty hard, and so it looks much better. At the same time, we also redid the electric, or put electric in it, put electric lights all through it. We took part of a hayloft out so we could open up the space, have more space and better lighting. It's got stalls in it for animals. We did just a whole lot of work to it, and it's a pretty good shape. We like it, and it came out really good. Oh yeah, we did some structural repairs, some minor stuff. It had some stuff in the bottom that had come loose, and we ran large screws in it and stuff like that. Nothing serious. Um, like anyone who owns a place like this, we've got almost a quarter section that's fenced off, and some of the fences put there in the 60s, so we're constantly replacing pieces of fence. And then we've got internal fences so we can keep our animals in 3 different pieces on this property, and we work on those fences all the time, but slowly but surely we're getting it kind of taken care of. We also did we did a big land clearing project. We had a guy that came over from Poto, and we cleared about 3.5 acres of densely wooded land. Farther down on the other side of the pond, in the other quarter of a mile, it had a fence that was so grown over you couldn't even see there was a fence there. Just stuff, It'd been there it was old. You know how barbed wire gets old and rusty and brittle. Okay, this was filled with that for a quarter of a mile. And he came out, it took him about 4 or 5 days, and he cleared 3.5 acres, pulled the trees up, tried to shake the dirt out of them, made piles. We had massive fires. He made 5 piles. We had massive fires. Big project. So, he worked for 3 or 4 days, and we worked for, off and on for 3 or 4 months on it, and trying to, with a little tractor. I've got a little Kubota L3901, a little 40 horse Kubota. So we spent a lot of time trying to push stuff up even more. We burn it all off, rip balls that don't burn. If you guys have done any of that kind of work, you know how that goes. It's been a big project, and it's coming out pretty good. In fact, on this most recent video, you'll see how we got some help, and it kind of helped finish it all out like we were trying to get it, and it saved us a lot of time. During this process, the bridge down at the corner was built by the WPA in 1932, old bridge, and so the county and the state have come through and torn the bridge out, and they're rebuilding a brand new, modern, probably the concrete won't be as good as the others, but rebuilding a brand new bridge. So that's been going on. Just a lot of stuff, that's kind of project oriented. We got a shop, we repainted the shop, and we put some new wood on it, and and really dressed it up. Just things that so it doesn't deteriorate. But that's kind of what we do around here. We do just the regular maintenance stuff of a small ranch and farm, and we don't do chickens. My wife, if you watch these videos, I call her the fire girl, and that's because she loves fires. There's nothing she likes better than burning a fire, lighting a fire. She can throw sticks on it all day long. She loves messing with fire, so I call her the fire girl. But so you'll see a lot of fires and stuff like that, and we just do the stuff that everybody does. She would love to have chickens. Chickens, you gotta deal with those guys every single day of your life. Let them in, let them out, all of that stuff. I just don't need chickens, so we don't have chickens. Maybe someday I'll build her a chicken coop and we'll get chickens, but so far we don't. We do have a donkey. We had trouble in the last year, in 24, with wild dogs and coyotes attacking our calves, and we lost one calf. We had the ears chewed off of another one. It's kind of a bad year in 24. Financially, we worked out all right, but there's a lot lot of stress when you're dealing with that. So this past year we had a donkey. I've named him Harvey, and he's an old donkey. We don't know how old, but we think he's old. The guy just kind of gave him to us. We tried to buy him, and he just gave him to us. So it's a great animal. He takes care of those steers, stays with the little ones. I mean, like a what's the word I'm looking for? Border collie, like a border collie would run with them. You know, he keeps them together, protects them. We caught him running coyotes off. You know, it's a great animal. Right now, he's at our neighbor's property because he doesn't, being alone is not good for him. And our neighbor has cows year round, so he's on his place, and in March we'll bring him back on our place. If you watch our old stuff, you'll see a lot of Harvey. After March, you'll start seeing Harvey again. He'll be back with the new cows or the new steers. We like I said, we raise steers. They're not ever going to breed. For those of you know what a steer is, and that's just kind of what we do. We appreciate you guys watching, all of you that watch all the time. You know, I know this is 11 minutes and 41 seconds. Oh my goodness. There's nobody left watching. I know I've run everybody off. I can really ramble. But anyway, we want to thank you guys. If this type of content is something that you like, you know, just click like and subscribe, and you'll get notified. I try to do a video once a week. You know, sometimes I'll go 2 or 3 weeks, and then instead of doing one 20-minute video, I'll do a 45-minute video. So I'm sure my subscribers are like, holy cow, what is this? But anyway, we appreciate you guys very much, and we'll see if we can keep making some videos, and you're welcome to join us for the ride. Thank you.